Jays showcases us. Gaming is proud to see you Blue Jays baseball on MLB The Show. Today is game 157, so which means there's only 6 games left before the season is over for the Blue Jays. Today they take on the Boston Red Sox at home. Here is the starting lineup for today's game between these two AL East rivals. This will be a nothing game, as Toronto has already clinched and Boston has been eliminated. So there are the pitchers that will be pitching in today's game. And the overall stats for team ranking is on the screen. Now we take you John and Chris to call the rest of this action between the Blue Jays.
The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays.
What I was about to say. Yep.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about set to go. Getting the nod in this one, Aaron Nola. Singing he's managed to rack up a lot of innings on the mound this season.
And Boog, this guy's getting close to 200 innings on the year. You know, there's some milestones that pitchers go after. One of them 20 wins. But another one that we don't talk about a whole lot is that 200-inning threshold. To be able to surpass that says that, hey, they prepared themselves for the season. They were able to stay healthy, and they were able to pitch effectively enough to stay in ball games long enough to reach that number. Pretty impressive on what he's done, and it's not over yet.
Trying to bunt his way on, and he picks it up, and he'll put it in his pocket. And a foul ball. Going 2 now. That's ripped. Base hit. And aboard on the leadoff single.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Pete Crow Armstrong now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. That one finds the zone. Count is 0-2. Got a good eye there.
It's a good take.
His lead at first with nobody out. Kicks and fires. Pitch in the dirt. The count is even 2-2.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Backs and misses. It's a strikeout.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. With 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error. But some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Masataka Yoshida in the box now. No balls and a strike. Hit on the ground might be 2. There's 1. And that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. And now the Blue Jays will get their initial shot. No score.
See how the top of the order fares with their first bats for the Jays.
Back now in Toronto.
They face this man.
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4. But this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
And now for the Jays, George Springer. Line drive, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Now the number 2 hitter. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Maybe a 2-ball, 5, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
Will Bichette up to the dish. Foul ball. Two outs, base is empty. On the ground to third. Rolls across the diamond. Inning over. After 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now, Connor Wong. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Wong, 27 years old, and he was a third-round pick back in 2017. Foul ball there. And here it comes. Struck him out swinging. Had him out front for strike 3. And Manuel Valdez up next for the Red Sox. Over there for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Righty to the plate. Swings and misses. He swung over top of the curveball.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then buried that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Vaughn Grissom now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 pull now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at bat.
Swing and a ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
He needed out one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself ahead.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Next offering is foul back. Rip to third. Tosses the first. And that'll do it. 1 left for the Red Sox. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Rogers Center, bottom of the second. And now the first baseman, Brandon Belt. Pavetta back to work. Smoked on the ground a second. Over to Smith. And they get Belt for the out. Whit Merrifield up to the plate. This to third. Zips it across. 2 up, 2 down.
This liner's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing him down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Brings it in for the third out. For the Jays will move to the third with no score. All set for the start of the inning. Down the third baseman, Bobby Dahlbeck. Swings through that. Field 2. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He'll touch them all. His 14th of the year. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
He hasn't been at his best at the plate these last few games, so this could end up being an important home run for him. Maybe it's a sign of more to come. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Pitch. Right through there for a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Waiting on that fastball. Righty delivers. Waves at the back for the strikeout.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would like, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
That one the other way, and it's caught for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
From Armstrong at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Good eye right there. 2 outs. Swings and fouls one off. The wind and pitch. Stays alive. Pitch. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one hammered left field, way back there. And he makes the catch on the track. Just missed a homer that time. Solo shot opens the scoring for Boston. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back, bottom of the inning. And now here's Jeff McNeil. And the pitch. Right side, spin. Steps on first for the out. The center field. Here's Kevin Kiermaier.
It's so easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
And that one fouled off. Popped up. Squeezes it, and there's 2 away. Now here is Austin Wells. And that one is lifted in the air. Durant gets under it, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. New inning getting started. And now the DH, Masataka Yoshida. Line drive, and foul ball.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Hard hit left side. Merrifield first in time. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Connor Wong. Just off the outside edge. stepping in for Boston, and Manuel Valdez. Pitch misses. Ball 1.
Count 1-0.
That one fouled off. And the pitch. Now this is in the air down the line. Drops into the glove, and that is that. Back now in Toronto, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, George Springer. That one backed up the middle, and it gets through. So the rubber aboard to start the inning.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
And now it's going to be number 36. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. That one is back. It's out of here. Homer number 25 of the year. It's 2-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
Hitting against a rival is always a bigger moment. And the Jays know that very well when facing Boston.
I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Bichette getting ready to hit. First time up, he grounded to third. Line to left. Durant makes the grab. One pitch and one out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
And it's fouled away. And now the 0-1. High fly ball near the pole. That one is foul. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That's back there. That'll fire up the dugout. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 3-1. Singy, he's got a nice hitting streak going, and he extends it another game with that swing.
So locked in right now, Boog. And clearly it's not like he's just stringing singles together during this streak. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Now at the plate, Whit Merrifield. In the air, left field, down the line. A dive, and he can't haul it in. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. He's not stopping on his way home. And now he's out trying to get back to third. 2 outs, base is empty. Dalton Varsho will hit next. In the air, right field. Teal under this one. Hauls it in to end the inning.
I took a run off the board. Oh well.
Ball was working, and this is now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball. Back here in Rogers Center, ready now for the 5th inning. And here is Vaughn Grissom. Line drive, base hit.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush.
Unbelievable that he missed it right there, and I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at-bat.
Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. Over there for a strike. Dahlbeck, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2016. Comes up empty, that's strike 2. And the right-hander deals.
here, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Teal at it for the second time, and that's strike one.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
2 outs. Swing and a foul straight back. The 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The Jays up by 2 for the top of the 5th. And that one hit to first, and that's just foul. Right-hander kick steals. On the ground, McNeil. They get the force, and that will end the inning. And the Red Sox lead 1. Score holds. It's 3-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Jeff McNeil stands in.
Well, we're halfway there for this game to be done. Jays up by 2.
This is the zone, and that is ball 1.
Well, these Blue Jays doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
For Armstrong, makes the catch, and there's one gone. Here's Kiermaier now.
Pretty amazing going way back. Possibly the best center fielder I've ever seen.
Pitch misses, 1-0. Swung on, belted. Teal going back on this one. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch.
Maybe caught that one off the edge just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
2 outs, bases empty. Digging in, Austin Wells. He's 0 for 1.
Kiermaier acknowledges the catch that the right fielder made.
There's a swing and a drop. That's back there. To the warning track, makes the catch.
And so does
Do it
Wells.
for the offense that time. 5 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays. Top 6 at the plate. Jarren Duran. Nolan back to work. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up to this point.
Got him as he tried to pull his way forward. And stepping in from Boston, Pete Crow Armstrong. In the air, out towards left center. And there's 2 down. Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. In the air, left side, on the move. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Top of the order, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 3. And we're back. Now here is George Springer. The right-hander back to work. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A gigantic blast. Home run number 45 of the year. And they add a run. It's 4-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Nick Pivetta. New pitcher for the Red Sox, Cooper Criswell.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
And there's a foul ball. And he deals.
at-bats coming up and a home run already surrendered. He's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Swing and a ball line out towards center. It gets down, base hit. Just kind of slice that one into center.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Check on the run, and he's back in there.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front, flipped into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Jay's acting like they're on cruise control here.
Second here, no outs. Swing and a miss. As he was out front that time. In the air, left field. Settles under this one. Nabs it. Both runners tagging. Check that. He'll stay at second with one away. Whit Merrifield digs in now. 1 for 2.
Whip, of course, tried to do a little extra run. He got caught on third for his triple.
That slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up.
Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
That's to third. They tip the force out. They limit the damage here. Toronto extends the lead on the solo shot. It's now 4-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. We go to the top of the 7th, and here's the catcher, Connor Wong. The pitch. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. In the air, left field, drifts towards it. Brings it in, and a quick out, number 1. So up next, Manuel Valdez. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Through there for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Throw to first. That's it out.
Fastball grew right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Vaughn Grissom, the next to hit. Out front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
The Blue Jays leading by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Kiermaier makes the catch, and that is that. Back now in Toronto. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivery. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. pitch. And that one pulled foul. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the righty deals. Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. The 1-2. Bounce to the right side. Valdez gathers and throws to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. So up next for Toronto, Kevin Kiermaier. Out towards right center field, on his way over. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away. And next for Toronto, Austin Wells. To the right side, Valdez. And that is the inning. We go to the 8th. Still stepping in for Boston, Dominic Smith. Fouled off, he was late.
You know, these Red Sox just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Slings to first, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. And he grounds one back up the middle. Toss the belt, 2 up, 2 down here at the top of the 8th. 2 outs, base is empty. Kyle Teal now at the plate. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Strike 2.
That is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
On the ground at first. He takes it on his own. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Red Sox go down quietly, and they trail it 4-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer. Line drive. That takes care of Springer. And there's 1 away. Now the left fielder. He's already homered here in this one. Swings through that one. 1-1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Tap to first. And he grabs it foul. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Criswell collects, fires to first, but no chance to recover. He'll reach after the strikeout. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette, 1 for 3. Out towards left center, Durant has this one sized up, and there's 2 down. Man at first, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Brandon Bell. He's already homered in this game. Out towards right center, that's well struck. And that one out to the wall. Around third. He scores, and they lead by 4.
Comes through with the RBI. Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. Good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension after contact out in front of the plate. Man, there are a lot of doubles on a swing like that.
Whit Merrifield next up for the Blue Jays. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. A 2-run homer. His 7th home run of the season. It's 7-1. That's their 4th home run of the game.
one, Boo. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. A slider right down the middle of the plate. It's like slow motion for a hitter. You're just licking your chops, waiting for it to arrive.
New pitcher on now, Brennan Bernardino.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
So 2 away with nobody on. And next is the designated hitter, Dalton Varsho. And first offering is fouled off. Bernardino, 32 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. Two outs. Popped up to the left, into foul ground, and that's a foul ball. Ground ball in the middle, that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now it's the second baseman. In the air, center field. And a base hit right there. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. Let it travel just enough.
Kevin Kiermaier next up for the Blue Jays. Out there to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. Here's the plate. It's a line. It's comes in. It's 8-1. And that knocked Bunch's hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, on a nice trajectory. Average going up, OBP, everything he's doing with the plate right now just seems to be good.
Scrambles back to second safely. A run comes into the play.
Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back.
So the Red Sox go to the bullpen. Greg Weisser.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit for any pitch so far this season. Cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front end. Didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Base is full, 2 gone. Here's the left fielder. Pinch hitter coming on, Bryce Harper.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
Swing, and that ball smashed out of line. Makes the catch, and a goal. 5 runs. So remaining in the game defensively, Shohei Ohtani. He'll be the new right fielder after entering as a pinch hitter. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Tim Mesa.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Also playing left will be Bryce Harper. Jays, of course, coming into the last inning pretty much as they got a commanding 8-run lead with a 9-run score over Boston. So unless there's a miracle here, this game is pretty much written itself.
Now batting Jared Duran. And a pitch. There's a strike, 95 with that one.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away, if you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you'd love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Bounce to third. Whips it across. Now one gone in the ninth. Pete Crow Armstrong up next for the Red Sox. In the zone, called the strike. It's 0-1. Popped in the air, left field. 2 down.
Bryce does get some play. You see here.
You really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
The Red Sox down on their final strike. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Throw to first, ball game. And the Blue Jays slug their way to a win in this one.
Well, a big win by 8 runs, and when you have that kind of lead, you make it easier for the pitching staff to come out, make their pitches, pitch to contact, and not worry about giving up the lead. So nice job today all the way around to get the win.
9-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here in MLB The Show, I'm John Shampi. We'll see you soon.
We go to the stats next. What are the highlights of this game? There's Davis Snyder hitting his 25th of the year. Hitting his 45th of the year was George Springer. Mayfield, Whitfield, gets it, and then of course the quick out by Tim Mesa to end the game. Jays win 9-1. And Noah will get his 14th win of the year, pitching 8 innings. He allowed 4 hits. He managed 5 strikeouts and had only 1 earned run against him, while Nick Pivetta was taken out after 5 innings of play. He allowed 6 hits and gave up 4 earned runs before being pulled. Jays would score 5 more runs to win it 9-1. Novos for Boston, a couple of them to mention. Bob Grinsom goes 2 for 3, and Bobby Allback goes 1 for 3. He's the only home run that Boston hit and the only run that they got against Aaron Nola. For the Blue Jays, Davis Snyder, like I said, 2 for 4, gets his 25th of the year. George Springer goes 3 for 4, gets his 45th of the year. Brandon Belt goes 2 for 4, continues his drive to keep that title, goes to 81 for the year. And Whit Mayfield hits 1, can't remember what number he was at. He finishes 2 for 4. So in the end, the Blue Jays win this one 9-1. Like John, Chris, and the boys have said, we thank you for watching Blue Jays baseball on the show 24 from Joker's Us Gaming. Until next time, this is the One True Joker officially signing out. See you next time on the show.